It's the money factor here I want to cover. You got like three vehicles. The white car is the black guy, security guard. The other white truck with the emblem. It's got to be crooked. Those can't be cops. You can't follow someone for 15 years. They got to be hired. Okay. Also is the guy in the white Jeep. They followed me up out of Coachella when I stayed there for a month hiding out from the bad guys. They landed here with me. I covered that a little bit. They followed me all the way to Tempe, hung around there. Heck, I was there for a month or two, and it was hot. I went to Scottsdale, and then from Scottsdale I went into Tempe. They followed me all those areas, multi cars. There was only three cars. There was the white Jeep. There was those four cars: the white Jeep, the white car, the white truck, and another one. But that don't really matter so much. Here's the whole key thing: is it's the amount of money it costs, time, energy, gas. Okay, they got to be towing a trailer around with them. I live homeless in the dirt on the ground. I just throw a piece of cardboard down and a blanket. I'm pretty tough. I grew up in a hard life, and so I can survive Spartan-like. But what I'm trying to say is that to follow me down to Tempe, the gas in four vehicles. Every time I moved around, I hopped up out of the hills maybe a mile away, and I had to walk over the bridge into Tempe, and then I'd walk around all over the place. There was hot. I'd talk to people. I'd go into the hippie gypsy smoke shop. They went in there for sure. I seen them in there, but did they talk to anybody? Probably so, but they were in there. But still, you're talking, I'm on foot, they're using gasoline, they're on foot too. But I didn't see too many people chasing me on foot in Tempe. That's the whole thing. I didn't see anybody tracking me that close. Now, when I was up here in Yucca about a year ago, they would follow me through the hills. When I was living here over the last, about 2 months ago, they stopped following me. But previous to that, when I'd hop in a Richard's car over here and he'd take me to the store, I paid taxi fee. They would follow me with a couple, three cars, and they would stage right at me, and we'd come up the dirt road, and Richard drove really good. He knew how to go very fast up and down dirt roads, a getaway car, the Batmobile is what I called it. And the key thing is these people would have to fly after us, fly behind us. They'd make themselves obvious. They've actually almost ran into us in the black truck up here. This was the black truck staying in the house right across from my door right here. That's north, and that truck was staying there. The truck came up this dirt driveway. It would stalk me and try to close in on me, but I turn around and look behind me all the time. It's really hard to close in on me. I'm used to people coming after me and trying to kill me, so I'm kind of always in an instinct mode. But still, the issue is the money. I always thought it was, I didn't think it actually, Richard figured it out. He goes, a life insurance policy. Okay, now that would work. My brother put a $1 million life insurance policy on me. These people, this team following me around, are going to get paid off when I'm hit. Maybe $100,000. They'll make their gold. Okay, but the key thing is still in the meantime, you got to put all that time, energy, money, and gas, and way more than that. When I went to Coachella and before Coachella, I had a lot of drug addicts after me. I mean, really bad looking people. Now, someone is paying these people drugs, heroin, more than likely speed, in order to follow me, chase me around, and try to hurt me. Coachella was the same way. You have drug addicts watching you all the time. They don't do it for free. And they're not waiting for a life insurance policy payoff. And I've had a couple of them come after me in the park, but I was smart enough to get out of there. I know what's going on. But still, what it looks like is there's some on-the-table money now being spread around. Where's this money coming from? Well, it has to be coming from my brother, because the security guard guy, he's practically living in his car for the last 15 years. I mean, you sit outside of my apartment, everywhere I go, there you are. He's fat, sit around eating all the time. But that alone, that's the amount of time. He can't pay for that. He's got to be earning a living somehow. The paycheck has got to be coming in. It could be my brother's car he's driving. So my brother maintains the gas on a credit card, these things. Now, here's the key element. Is that if you took my ATM card and you time stamped it, date stamped it, and store stamped it, you could run a parallel with this black guy in that car, which could be using my brother's credit card and using my brother's car. But that car will be all over the place at the same time I was over the last, say, 5, 6, 7 years. At least the last 4 or 5 years. Now, that would be a correlation for the FBI. If I did get hit and they went and talked to my brother, which he should be interviewed. You just talk to him, like, that guy's going to get quiet. He's a sociopath. Or if he starts talking shit, well, you'll know he's behind it. talk to his friends. I don't know who his friends are. Who knows where Bill's at? I made him rich. I gave him 10 grand. He identity theft me. He made a lot of money, and this team has been after me, as far as I know, for almost like 25 years. A long time. These people grew old chasing me around. Now, I never knew they were out there. I would just see the same cars pop up. Oh, there's that Jeep again. There's that truck. When I was stranded up in Shasta, there was the white truck, and there was the Jeep go flying through my camp. When we were all over the place, when I was camping with my girlfriend, there's the Jeep. There's the white truck. You'd always see the same vehicles, but there's no reason to sit there and get paranoid. But now that I'm sitting back and I look at, and the reason is when these people popped up, they didn't just drive by like a normal person or park. They come flying at you or popping up on you. There's an intimidation, laughing at you. That's where they gave their game away, by being so audacious. Heck, I would have never known they were there. Even the black guy with that white car, if he didn't keep flying up in front of me, even when I was here and my buddy took me over here to look at a place to rent, he flew right up there in front of us, and he's like trying to like punk you or whatever he's trying to do, scare you, whatever he's trying to do. They're making it obvious, but the key thing is where's all the money coming from? We're talking 10, 15 years of chasing me around. It's used up all my money just to survive homeless. So if you've got 4 people, maybe they get an SSI check, but even so, on foot it takes all my money. These people are in vehicles. I live outside in the dirt on the floor and go into the motels every once in a while. They ain't living on the ground. They either got a trailer they're towing or they're living in a motel. Regardless, you put that many years together. When I came down with Karen about 8 months ago, I told you that I went to Rialto, I went to Paris, they were following me around. I went to Menifee. I'd go in that motel. It was Corona time, and I stayed there. I was still kind of sick from Corona. I got it in January, and it took a long time to wear off, and I'm not even sure if it's totally wore off. I'm tired all the time, and I drink and stuff, but it's more than that. It's just my body's wiped out. But I'm 59, I've been running hard, and I'm malnutrition, and I got mental illness and these different things. I don't take care of myself. So the thing is, but I'm still pretty healthy for my age. But still, these guys ain't going to be living on the ground. Where are they getting the money to move all this stuff around? And if they aren't getting any money, well, what's the payoff? I don't even know these people. I don't know that black person. I don't know that white guy, that white girl. I don't know these guys in the Jeep. But they get really close to me. Sometimes laugh at me and mock me. But when I get out there enough, man, you'll have 3, 4, 5, 10. I've seen 10 and 15 different heroin addicts floating around me in January when I went into the motel after I came out of Coachella those 30 days. I had to go into a motel for about 10 days. And I spent all my money. I spent my credit card out. I spent all my money just to lay there on bed. I thought I didn't tell the clerk at the liquor store when I'd go get me some booze. I think I'm dying. Well, I didn't. Corona wasn't even known then, but I picked it up in January inside of Coachella Valley Mission, and December, January in Coachella Valley Mission. It's January, that's what it is. And then February I spent in that motel. Now during that, people checked into that motel room. Some of those were the hitmen. If I got hit, you could check the log. At the times I was in, some of them would stay there for a couple, 3 days. The white van that followed me to Paris was there. That's the way they are. Even the owner of the place says, "Oh, you're my lucky genie" or something. When you come in, business picks up. Well, yeah, because you got 4 hitmen coming in, hanging around in a motel trying to keep an eye on me. And then when I'd run out of money and I'd go into the field, there they would be. Bam, bam, bam. Every single field, every single place. Every time I sat on a rock, anywhere I went, there was one of them just click, click, click. And there was one time, it was before I got in here, right before I got in here, it was during the fire time when the fires were going up down here in Morongo. It was last year, 2020. And I got out of the park and I left the park and I came out and there's some of these got to be cops is what it seems like. I had a purple van on me. I had a green Jeep. I had another white truck, the white van. I had 5 or 6, 7 different cars, at least 5, following me out of that park and following me through the field. And I walked around in circles and they would close in and come in on me and look at me and smile and stop. And it's like, who are these motherfuckers? What right do they have to sit there and close in on me? They're not cops, they're hit people. And if cops are associated with these people, well then the cops are dirty, because these people are coming after me trying to kill me. So I don't think they're cops. I think they're heroin addicts that think they're laughing at me, think they're going to get me, thought they were going to get me, didn't get me, because here I am still today. But the key thing is where's all the money coming from?